Welcome to the Wrestling Enthusiast Real Talk. I'm Eric Peralta, otherwise known as the Wrestling Enthusiast. I want to get something straight, and I'm going to take it down to the point. There's been lots of major shit going on in the professional wrestling world, mostly from the British wrestling scene. And, of course, this is no time to be showing off. And I'm going to have a heart-to-heart with everyone here in the wrestling business, the wrestling fans, and of course everyone else. So what I think about these serious issues, and I don't know, is it damaging the sport? Much less is it damaging the industry. And I might say I'm disappointed. Is fucking the least of my fucking worries. Well, let's get started, shall we? There's been a movement going on regarding the sexual assaults with wrestlers from the United Kingdom, and just to name a few of them, as I'm looking at a report here, just to name a few of them: Alejandro Jordan Devlin, who is the current cruiserweight champion. The interim cruiserweight champion is El Hijo de Fantasma, who just went into a gimmick change. And Wolfgang from NXT UK, along with Joe Coffey, and there's some others. It's just it's a clusterfuck of information going on that's been strongly been developing in the past 24 hours. And I wanted to talk about this on Monday, but I decided to talk about this now. But first, there's a breaking news story coming out from the United Kingdom. It says that West Yorkshire police have confirmed to the BBC network that they are carrying our initial inquiries after members of the UK pro wrestling community allege a number of cases of abuse using the hashtag speaking out. Now, there's been numerous there's been a lot of issues been going around, and it's regarding a lot of these women wrestlers that have been, apparently those have been raped, or they have been I guess they've been abused sexually, nor have they also been they've been childhood sex abuse, and they've also been domestic abuse and whatnot. Just a lot of it's a lot of disappointing information, and it's just it's unfortunate because it's now sparked a move, just like the Me Too movement that happened a few years back. This has pretty much spiraled out to a major opening sequence of many women wrestlers out there who have been abused by some of their male counterparts in the wrestling industry, either to get ahead or to be... And there's just so much shit going on. It's just... It's fucking believable. It's really hard to keep track. And a vast majority of the women wrestlers, not just women, but also men, they have all spoke out about this, and they have all said something about this. And and don't get me wrong, I definitely applaud these ladies for speaking out and saying everything. I know it's very traumatic, and I know it's been very unfortunate that this situation has come to abroad. And I'm looking at a lot of Twitter. I'm looking at a lot of Twitter responses. I'm looking at from Ali. I'm looking from Big E Langston, who from the New Day. Sierra Loxton, Big Swole, David Lloyd, Millie McKenzie, who wrestles for Stardom. It's just Dakota Kai has made a remark. Evo Uno is one. He's culminating for the Speaking Out movement. And Shanna from AEW speaking out about it. So I'm looking at right here because there's many. Kelly Klein from Ring of Honor. She spoke out. Kaylee Ray, the NXT UK Women's Champion. Unfortunately, I think that part of the brand is unfortunately under a lot of scrutiny now. Kylie Ray has from Impact Wrestling. Jordan Grace, Bailey, Allison Kay, Mia Yim, Paige, Sierra Loxton. Dolph Ziggler mentioned something about it. Shazza McKenzie, Sonya Deville, Evil Uno from the Dark Order, Tay Conti, Liv Morgan, Tucker, one half with Tucker and Otis, Heavy Machinery, Mustafa Ali, Joey Janela, Rachel Ellering, who has also said something, Lana, her real name is CJ Perry, Bryce Rimsberg, Veda Scott, Alex McCarthy has actually mentioned something about this. Liana Marie, Sarah Rowe, who was formerly known as Sarah Logan, Eric from the Viking Raiders, Mickey James, Mandy Rose, Billy Kay from the Iconics, and April Hunter, Peyton Royce also of the Iconics, and Kip Sabian, who was just recently tag teaming with one of these guys. And this is just fucking disappointing. It fucking disappoints me. Yeah, and you know, I really there's when I talk a lot of shit about the super rich and the corporations and all that shit, I say this shit because I truly believe they're the craziest, they're the most insane, and the most evil fucking people out there. The more money they fucking have, the more evil they are. And I'm not talking about millionaires that entertain everybody on a daily basis on my television screen. It's a form of entertainment, number one. Number two, they love to do what they're doing. So that's something different. See, because and they make several millions of dollars making entertainment for millions of people out in the world. So of course I feel like that they deserve their share in the spotlight. I just feel like that they are the ones that are going to be they're the ones that deserve a pass, a break, whatever you want to call it. It just disappoints me that no matter how these fucking people are that have tainted the wrestling business now, because I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I'm going to give you my opinions on it, because I have a list of names of people that have been called out. They have either been involved in sexual abuse, molestation, or if not, of any form of racism or domestic violence of some kind. And excuse me if I get the names wrong, but these are the names I've been handed, and it's been listed up, and it was found on Twitter. And it just allow me to extrapolate the names real quick, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of them. First on the list, and I can't believe this has happened, Michael Elgin, a title contender for Impact Wrestling, a former Ring of Honor champion. This is disappointing. This is definitely disappointing because I really thought that this guy is a great potential wrestler. He has a lot of strength. He has a lot of power to him, and I think he was doing a good job at Impact Wrestling, even in Ring of Honor. He was doing a good job there, and I say he a potential. He could be one of these top guys that could always be pushed, and because he has the wrestling skill to back up. The classic style, rugged big guy that could take care of business inside that ring. Him being named on the list is very disappointing, and it's rather unfortunate. Next name on the list, Trevor Lee. I seen Trevor Lee wrestle a few times on IWTV, and I think he might have gotten some exposure in different promotions. I think he went to Defy Wrestling. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but but I've seen some of his work, and he looked very promising as well in the independent scene. That just sucks that such a guy that has a good future and could potentially sign for AEW or Ring of Honor or Impact. I don't know about WWE, but it's just a damn shame. Really a damn shame. Rich Swann. I got mixed feelings about this guy. He had a nervous breakdown. And I don't know why his name is up here, but for him having a nervous breakdown, maybe he has a bad attitude or something. I really don't know. But, his attitude, in my opinion, and I've seen him wrestle before. And I really don't know, to be honest with you, because I think, I think he has a good attitude. I don't know about his attitude. I cannot say personally, but Rich Swann. God, he's just had a lot of bad luck. Recently, he's been around and about. And just it's very unfortunate, and it's it hurts. It hurts to see his name on the list, because I thought to myself, oh, by the way, I'm actually mistaken Rich Swann for ACH. Actually, Rich Swann is actually a really cool guy, but this is fucking far beyond disappointing in this. Man, why was he? I don't know. This is just really sad, fucking sad, really. Yeah, it's because I think Rich Swann had some skill. He just got surgery not too long ago, about 5-6 months ago, and he was recovering from his injury. So I was just, I don't know. It's just really bad. I hope there could be some vindication. David Starr. I don't know about this guy, to be honest with you. I think he's a great professional wrestler. I just don't know about his attitude. And I've heard some fucking clips about this guy, about him being with his girlfriend, him being the dominant one, saying, "Oh, I slap her around because she's not good enough, but I do it because I want her to be better." What kind of fucking mentality is that? That makes no fucking sense. Sean Orleans, I don't know who you are. I haven't seen you wrestle. I might have seen you wrestle once, maybe. I don't know. That sucks to hear that he's been put under there, but I don't know you. I have not seen you. I have not met you, so I really don't know much about him. So, Teddy Hart, goddamn, has this guy have not gotten in enough trouble as it is? I speak for. I've seen Teddy Hart wrestle numerous times, and I've heard about him since 2003, 2004. He was one of the most promising Canadian wrestlers to come about. And he was a futuristic guy. He was going to make wave for a future Hart member of the family to be a promising athlete and potential world champion. Obviously, this doesn't work. Obviously, he's had drug problems. He's had a issue with domestic violence. Apparently, I don't. There's been a lot of rumors about him being busted in jail or something. I have no idea. It's none of my business. But if his name is up here because of that, it's probably because of those reasons. So, I don't know. I mean, this is downright insane. I have there's something here that says AAW, and hope you're not talking about those guys in Chicago. That promotion is. I've watched some of their wrestling, and I enjoy some of their shows. It's if they're being called out for being abusive, that's a fucking shame, because I think that promotion really puts on some great shows, and well, that's really unfortunate. It's always because of fucking management. Managements are the ones that are always fucking everything up. They're saying a promotion's not safe. I don't know about that. That sucks. Joey Ryan. Joey. Why? Why are you on this list for? I've met Joey 3 times in my lifetime. I met Joey first back in 2017 at the PCW Ultra Show. I took a picture with him, and I bumped into him twice at bar wrestling, and I knew what he was famous for. I knew what he does. I knew what he did in that ring. I knew what his gimmick was all about, and it's all been in the persona of. And he owned bar wrestling too, and that's a damn shame today if he's gonna be. If he's going to be accused of sexual abuse or misconduct, that's a fucking shame. Really is. That's disappointing. Tessa Blanchard, that's another one I met. I met her last year, back in 2009. She was a PCW Ultra Women's Champion. She's on this list apparently because she got called for racism back in January, and I thought it was just a part of cancel culture bullshit and all that, but I thought that it was one wrestler, I believe, where she squashed the whole situation with her. I believe what was her name? She's a Puerto Rican wrestler. But I don't know. Must have been some sort of issue where they went to Japan, wrestled in Japan, and Tessa must have called her the N-word or some shit. I really don't know, but I think that's why her name's on this list. So that's pretty much a clusterfuck. Rob James, don't know who he is. I hate if I don't know who he is, and I'm sorry. My refresh my memory. Harzang, I have not met. I have not seen wrestle. Maybe I might have seen him wrestle on one of these independent wrestling programs, but I probably might have fucked up his name maybe once or twice before, maybe. So I really don't know. Sami Callihan, he was a good hardcore wrestler. And this is bullshit. I mean, I met Sami Callihan once. Cool guy. Let me take a picture with him. And what the fuck, man? I mean, come on, guys. I like y'all, but come on, dude. This is just fucking repugnant. I mean, I don't know what his accusations are about this. But apparently his name's on this list for a reason. It must have been for domestic abuse. I mean, the only thing I could recall of him doing something bad is when he fucking took a baseball bat and the chair right on Eddie Edwards' face, and he miscalculated the hit with the baseball bat, and when the chair flew out of the way, he hits fucking Eddie Edwards' eye with the baseball bat, and you know, that was a botched situation right there, if you could ever recall that. But it was a serious injury that he caused on him. But I'm pretty sure it was a fucking mistake. Now, as far as the backstage shit that's been going on, I have no clue. I have no idea what's going on. So I don't know what happened there. The Briscoes, my God, these guys, come on, dude. You can't be serious. You can't be fucking serious about the Briscoes. These guys had a lot of promise. So what the fuck is going on with the Briscoe brothers? I mean, you know, they did a really good job at Ring of Honor, and what can they be doing? Is it racism or something, or is it some type of bullshit going on with fucking backstage and with the women's division, where they slept with a lot of women? Did they send some unsolicited photos of them or something? I don't know. They don't look like the type of guys that would do them. They look like the type of guys that will fuck someone up. I mean, that's what I think, in my opinion. All right. Next on the list, Alberto Del Rio. That one's fucking obvious. This fucking prick, obviously. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I think about him. I don't fucking like him. I mean, maybe he might sign some autographs here or two or there. Maybe he might. Maybe not. I don't know. But I think he's had a long, profound history of fucking abusing his women. You don't believe me? Ask Paige. You can ask Paige. You can ask his ex-wife. You can ask whoever the hell he was dating beforehand. And you could tell that he was a fucking asshole with them. So apparently his name is up there because he's been busted for domestic violence, and he's got cops called upon him. And then he got busted recently, a couple of weeks back. So do you expect me to respect this motherfucker? I don't. I'm not going to respect his ass. But he's Dos Caras' son. He's Dos Caras. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how famous his dad was. I don't give a fuck how famous he was. Yeah, of course I cheered him on. I cheered him on about a couple of years back. SummerSlam 2011, when he cashed his Money in the Bank briefcase on CM Punk to win the title, all because Kevin Nash fucking attacked him from behind after he had a match with John Cena. I was there. My nephews were there. And I had my family there. I was there at the Staples Center back in SummerSlam 2011. And you know, to think, everybody didn't think that this guy would be a fucking cocky punk asshole. But of course, you know, you don't know what happens from the back scenes. But now that it's been more evident, apparently with all the news resources and all the evidence stories that have been going on with Twitter and all this shit, you obviously know he's a fucking prick. So fuck him. Alberto El Patron, you ain't no fucking boss. You're a cunt. Okay, next name on the list, Enzo. Another one. Another fucking moron. And I mean, like, first of all, hasn't he been known for having a cocky prick attitude in the locker room? Hasn't he known to being a sourpuss in the fucking in the back? Hasn't he been looked down upon by officials professionally and unprofessionally? Then he gets fucking rape allegations himself, and he fucking loses his cruiserweight title. But sure enough, he fucking... I'm sorry, nothing against Liv Morgan, but what did she see in him back then? Anyway, this motherfucker fucking has allegations against him for raping a woman. He turned out to be proven to be innocent, and he ends up quitting the wrestling business, and he ends up I believe he ends up becoming a rapper, if I'm not mistaken. And he makes a shitty rap. And it's so fucking... And I heard his song, okay? It's fucking stupid. It's a stupid rap. Dumb. What is the nice word for extremely dumb? Remedial is the word, I think? Yeah. But nonetheless... The guy's a fucking moron. Oh, and then remember, last year, around April 2019, Ring of Honor and New Japan Pro Wrestling had this cross-promotional show called G1 Supercard. And I saw a lot of good talent there. I saw Bully Ray Dudley. I saw Flip Gordon there. I saw Sumi Sakai, who ended up being, who I think is one of the original Joshi wrestler, who I think is one of the nicest woman wrestlers I ever met. And she is so kind. She is really, really nice. And she even sent me a happy birthday message a couple of months back. But anyway, that's another story. Yeah, she knew Hana Kimura and she knew Mayu Iwatani. She knew Io Shirai and Kairi Sane and all them. All the original Joshis that used to wrestle in Stardom. She knows all of them over there. So they all these great talented wrestlers. She appeared with ringside with Mayu Iwatani at the G1 Supercard show when she battled against Kelly Klein for the Ring of Honor Woman of Honor Championship. I've seen Kota Ibushi. I've seen Jushin Thunder Liger wrestle there. Okay, well, I'm getting carried away. Okay, so there's a three-way tag team match for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. So everything's going on good. I mean, the whole match was great. I'll do a review someday, and hopefully I'll do it soon. But nonetheless, after the matchup, when the matchup ends, pinning in 1, 2, 3, we have new IWGP Tag Team Champions. This fucking prick jumps the fucking guardrail along with his stupid-ass friend Big Cass, who I think is another fucking bum. A big 7'2" fucking bum. He fucking jumped. They fucking both jumped over the rail, started beating up PCO and all the other guys out. And then they had to pan the camera away from all that extracurricular activity that was going on at ringside. And Bully Ray and the Briscoes had to come out and they had to fucking start a big old fight at ringside. Stupid shit. I mean, stupid, dumb motherfuckers. I mean, really, stupid, dumb motherfuckers. I mean, Enzo and Big Cass. So to see his fucking name in this fucking list doesn't fucking surprise me for one bit. The guy's a fucking gutter bum who just fucking has nothing else better to do and then to start a bummy ass drunken fight with Joey Janela and whoever the fuck he bumps into. Fucking loser. Anyway, Sexy Star. Boy, I guess for domestic violence, and the reason why I say that is because she has a bad name. Because who was she battling? Jessica Havoc, or what was it? Didn't she legitimately break her arm in a wrestling match? And this was not kayfabe. She actually legitimately broke her arm. What for? What fucking for? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Tiffany. Tiffany, I don't know who this chick is. Maybe she's abusive in the names, or maybe she likes to make fun of people. Or maybe she raped a guy. Who knows? Leigh Burris. That name sounds familiar to me. I have no idea what she did. I don't know if she was an authority figure or if she was just a wrestler an indie wrestler that couldn't make it, I guess. I really don't know. Travis Banks. Why the fuck are you in this list for? That's fucking repulsive. I thought you were doing so well in the UK circuit. I guess that doesn't count for the fact that you ended up fucking a whole bunch of girls without their permission now, did you? Getting them drunk off that goddamn Guinness and then fucking them over. Without consent. You fucking bum. Lee Jarrow. Why, Lee Jarrow? You wrestled in Mexico. An Englishman that wrestled in Mexico. And you learned the style, the lucha libre style. I've seen your shit at 3CW? I've seen 3CW or 3PW. Let me double check on that. I think it's 3PW. No, I'm sorry, 3CW. 3 Count Wrestling in England. And not the best wrestling organization. I mean, I think BPW is worse. But, well, I mean, it's not that bad. I like their little event that they had with Stardom when they had the all-women's wrestling event there. I mean, I really enjoyed that show back in 2016. It was done in a pub somewhere. I just questioned BPW's legitimacy when they had this match when only 30 people showed up. Thunder Rosa was having a great match. He was trying to give them the energy, and they were sitting on their fucking hands. But I digress. 3CW, not a bad promotion, but I think they could strive to be better, I think. But it's okay. Ligero was one of the stars there. That's a fucking shame. That's a shame that he's in this list, because I think he could have been a better human being for what he'd come to admit to himself to. And he's denying these sexual allegations, so I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he vindicates himself. Let's see. Slugger. Don't know who you are. Alexander Dean. That name sounds familiar. I don't know if that's in NXT UK. But damn, I don't know why you fucking are in this list. It's fucking pitiful. It's a pity. Jack Sexsmith. The name says it itself. Sexsmith. So it turns out to me that you probably had a lot of sex in the Sexsmith. Everybody wanted your Sexsmith. Sexsmith. What kind of fucking name is that? Killian Jacobs / Jake Gittins. I've seen you before wrestle, and you're pretty good. I mean, I give you credit, but why do you have to piss your talent away from this bullshit by adding your name here? What the fuck, man? Jordan Devlin. Okay, first of all, this guy, the Cruiserweight champion, who they just had an interim championship against him so they could... Well, congratulations, buddy. You pissed yourself away your career. And I don't even know if he did. He's like Ligero. He says that he doesn't know who these women are that are accusing him of these whole things, this sexual allegations and shit. So, you know, I think it's now's the time to vindicate yourself and have lawyer representation and take him to court if you're innocent of all these things. But in today's world, it's not if you're innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. Because all it takes is one person to make an allegation, and boom, your career is over. Jimmy Havoc of AEW. God, why? Why do you fucking have to do this shit? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Speaking of which, I've heard a report. I just got a breaking news story. Hang on, let me just look it up. Okay, it appears that Jimmy Havoc has entered a rehab for mental and substance abuse, apparently. They are actually, All Elite Wrestling has said in a statement, we wish Jimmy Havoc all the best as he receives treatment and counseling in an effort to overcome the mental health and substance abuse challenges in his life. We are aware of various reports related to Jimmy. We are evaluating his status with our company and will address it when he has successfully completed his rehabilitation. So I don't know. I don't know what this is all about, and it's beginning to look bad. It looks bad. Jason Miley / Jason Parker / Pyro / Mayor Eli. I haven't seen him yet. I might have to check it out. Maybe I might be mistaken. Joe Coffey. Oh, I definitely seen him wrestle. I seen him wrestle with a few NXT takeovers. I love that match where he was at one of the NXT UK takeovers. I think it was Dublin, I believe. Dublin or Liverpool, something like that. There was a ladder match. It was a fucking epic. This is a damn shame if this is true. Xander Cooper. What can I say about this guy, first of all? It's a fucking shame. Josh Bodum. Never heard of him. I might be mistaken, but I haven't heard of him. Sid Scala. That name sounds familiar to me. I think he might have wrestled in a few indie shows. I think he might have wrestled for 3 Count Wrestling. I'm not really sure, but I think that's pretty fucked up if he did something fucked up. Will Ospreay. God, this disappoints me the most. I mean, along with Zack Sabre Jr., Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Kota Ibushi are when they wrestled each other in Japan, they're among some of the greatest wrestling talents in the world. This far beyond disappoint me. It's really devastating to see that his name is up here. What the fuck, man? I mean, it's just... What can I say? This is just there's a whole bunch of allegations of all these names being put out there. Babe B. Priestley, from AEW, and she's with Will Ospreay. They're both a couple. I don't know why both their names are in here simultaneously, but I have a reason to believe, because of rumors I heard, I believe they might be abusive. And what I mean by abusive, verbally and domestically. To each other, nonetheless. I mean, I really don't know. I don't know their fucking name. I don't know their personal life. And apparently they've treated other people, like shit. They've been verbally abusive to other wrestlers, fellow wrestlers, to their friends. I mean, like I said, it's just, I don't know. Marty Scurll, God, that hurts. That one sucks. He was one of Ring of Honor's top stars. And he was slated to wrestle Nick Aldis for the NWA title right before quarantine started and before the pandemic struck. And he was slated to fight against Nick Aldis for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Not only is the Crockett Cup not happening now this year, this match obviously ain't going to be happening at all either. I'm just shaking my fucking head. James Scott Gallagher / Darkseid, a.k.a. Jack Gallagher. So much for being a fucking gentleman. So much for being a fucking gentleman. Zach Cooper. I don't know who you are. I'll pass. Craig West. He might be an executive. I really don't know. Abel Stevens. Don't know him. Mike. I have to do some research on him. Mikey Whiplash. Not to confuse Mikey Whipwreck. That's a different wrestler. He's a former ECW guy. Bubblegum, I don't know who that is, but I heard he might be a wrestler. I might wrestle in the Indies in the UK, probably pretty much in Europe. Kid Fight, I don't know who that is. I don't know. William Aver, don't know who he is. 2K / Kane Thomas. Lucas Steele. Oh, God. I know who Lucas Steele is. And why do you have to be in this fucking list, man? Just beyond fucking disappointing, man. He had something going. And he pissed it away. Jay Bradley. Wasn't he wrestling for NXT UK at one point? I really don't know. Dave Christ, formerly an OVE member, Impact Wrestling. Why? Why do you have to be involved in this bullshit? James Finn, Ross, the other four names, James Finn, Ross Watson, George Ontembra, and Mark Paz. Yeah. Just fucking disappointing me. It just way fucking beyond disappoints me. And, you know, the wrestling business, this is a shit stain on the wrestling business. Let's see. There's a few more names out there that are not on the list, but I'm going to go ahead and speak them up on them. Let's see. There are several more names that I want to speak out about that are not on the list, but I will mention about it. Indie wrestler Liv Savage contributed to the speaking out movement and making claims about sexually assaulted by former WWE/TNA writer David Lagana. And the NWA just made an announcement right now, as a matter of fact. They said, pursuant to allegations made by pro wrestler Liz Savage on her Twitter account on June 18, 2020, NWA Vice President David Lagana has resigned his position effective immediately. As well, all production of NWA content is temporarily halted, pending a restructuring of executive management positions. I have some opinions about David Lagana. I think he's a fucking pest. He's a fucking writer. He used to write for WWE. He used to write for TNA Wrestling. And he's a fucking jerk off because he's the one that got Jim Cornette fired for not editing a fucking chicken joke on NWA Power. I really don't give a fuck about the joke because apparently he's a fucking idiot. David Lagana should have just fucking looked at the joke and said, oh, maybe I better edit that. He left it there. And then when the fucking thing aired, they pulled it out of YouTube and they made an adjustment to it. And then a day later, Jim Cornette had to resign. Now that this shit has exposed him for what type of human being he is, it sounds to me like David Lagana is the type of fucking coward, the type of pussy that will fucking that if he was getting caught in the middle of a gunfight, he'll use a child as a shield. That's the type of fucking human being he is. Stupid fucking jerk off cocksucking motherfucker. Oh, and Jim Cornette. Fuck, man, come on. You're another one. You're a fucking another one, dude. You're now you're being accused. And this is another name added to the list. Jim Cornette, out of all people. Jim Cornette and his wife being accused of predatory behavior. You want me to read this whole fucking thing? I will read it. I'll go ahead and read it. And I'll say it like this. An indie wrestler using the handle of AKI Evolution contribute to the speaking out movement. And it's a gentleman. It's a guy. So he was talking shit about Jim Cornette and Cornette's wife, Stacy. Unquote, I made a very vague post yesterday about Jim Cornette. In the face of current events, I feel the need to clarify and speak up. During my first year in the business, his wife, Stacy, attempted to groom me. She approached via DM, sent me lewd photos I never asked for, implied protection from the Kentucky Commission, stating he was a family friend, and told me she was going to fuck me as if I didn't have a choice. My experience with them is tame compared to others, though. When Jim was booking at OVW, if you wanted a contract or on his show, you had to perform sexual acts on his wife, many times with him watching. This has happened for many, many people. A close friend of mine was groomed and basically brainwashed by them for years. When he finally escaped, Stacy went to great lengths to not only terrorize him, but to actively try and to have other wrestlers physically assault him. I was one of them. She sent me pictures show tires of his he's slashing, and this doesn't add up. I don't know why he says that, but slashing tires and whatnot, and bragging about setting him up to lose his job, his apartment, even his car. All because he escaped an extremely toxic relationship and didn't want anything to do with them. Stacy bragged about being able to call the Kentucky Commission to give him, in quote, targets. He was a family friend, and if she wanted, she could have turned his attention to anyone licensed in the state to potentially hurt and sometimes even ruin their careers. When he says Colt of Cornette, it's because he has a history of taking advantage of greenhorns, using his power and position as booker for OVW in order to fulfill his and his wife's sexual desires. They use their place of power to hurt many, many people. No one wants to speak up because of his position in wrestling, but this is extremely common knowledge among OVW alumni. This will probably ruin a lot of opportunities in wrestling, and that's fine. But make no mistake, Jim Cornette is trash. He and his wife have made power plays in order to hurt many, many people. Fuck you, Jim. Fuck you, Stacy. You are scum. I just feel like I've betrayed the school that let me learn the craft of professional wrestling. OVW is the reason I turned my life around, and I feel like I've betrayed them. That's how messed up wrestling can be. My hands are shaking, and I'm scared shitless over typing this. If it was a man sending a woman unwanted nudes, telling them how they were going to fuck them, and try to get them to actively commit crimes to hurt others, no one would tell me I don't see anything wrong with this. I hated it and how it made me feel. And then, after he typed in that, there's some of these screenshots for protecting his friend's identity, unquote. And there's a picture of her with some red marks slapped on her ass, and her sending a picture of her topless. Okay, well, there seems to be another set of pictures here that he slashed tires, and I have a quote from Jim Cornette, and let me see what this is. This is astonishing to see what the fuck has been going on, and let's see. It's just really crazy, and Jim Cornette has indeed responded. Cornette publicly responded to the accusations with the following comments, and I'm going to quote him. "Morning, all. I know that my name has to be involved in everything because it gets attention, but I'm too busy running a pizza parlor from the basement of my pedophile ring to make any Twitter goofs and their 700 fake accounts famous today. Helpful hint. I have been told that when you're faking screenshots of something that quote-unquote happened years ago, you shouldn't use the person's profile picture that only been up a week and a half. It's the little things, but that's for attorneys to discuss." And then indie wrestler Mike Braddock commented on Cornette, saying, Jim Cornette sent Stacy after me to recruit me, told me about how her and Jim had discussed and were curious about my sex life. I didn't take the bait. I went on to draw the biggest house OVW have ever seen in the Davis Arena multiple times. Years later, Jim Cornette decides to tell his listeners that he doesn't believe one-legged wrestlers are believable. He was part owner of OVW at the time of the shows I just mentioned. He's a piece of shit and a coward. Well, you know, somewhere down the line, I think Vince Russo might have cracked up his fifth bottle of the bubbly. And now, Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's name has been added to the fucking mix. God damn it. I wouldn't think he'd be the type of guy to do this type of shit. I mean, I don't really know. I don't think so. But this is just repugnant. If you look at how this fucking planet is, the wrong people, sometimes the wrong people get misguided and they get accused of some heinous shit. But now these days, people are guilty until proven innocent. It's not the opposite. It's not the other way around. We are reason to believe that we are supposedly believe that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I have a statement here from Impact Wrestling. Several Impact Wrestling stars have been publicly accused of misconduct, including Joey Ryan, Dave Christ, and Michael Elgin. Impact issued the following statement to PWInsider.com regarding the Speak Out movement and accusations that are being made. It is, quote, "It is a core value of the Anthem organization that we conduct our business with respect and integrity, providing a safe and secure work environment for our employees and performers. We are following carefully the various allegations being made through social media and are reviewing all incidents involving Impact Wrestling talent and personnel to determine an appropriate course of action." Okay. Apparently, I don't know, but there's also another name to add to the fucking list. I believe somewhere down the line, because somewhere down the line that Vince Russo had some heated words with a wrestling reporter. I don't know if this is true or not, but there was a rumor had it that Ryan Satin, I believe, of WWE Backstage and ProWrestlingSheet.com, he publicly called out Vince Russo over a video of Russo laughing at a joke regarding Satin's girlfriend. So let's see the Twitter exchange real quick.
Every single status fishing for sympathy, and at some point I just turned around and said, she said her comment was, "This Zoom funeral's like the worst thing I've ever had to experience," and to which I ended up putting, I think I said something, I retweeted it and said something along the lines of, "This girl voluntarily blows Satin. That's not the most horrible thing that's ever happened to her." So, and you laughed, so
I might have to edit out that. Jeff, you might have to edit out that laugh. I'll be guilty by association.
Right. So,
well, you know what it is. Well, Billy, hold on. This is part of that group. This is part of the social justice warriors. I hear these fools every week on castrating the marks. This is part of them, Billy. And Billy, you know, this is kind of on you. I'm going to kind of blame you for this. Billy, you know they have no sense of humor. These people, Billy, can't laugh at anything. They're incapable of having a sense of humor, which tells me, bro, when you're at the point that your life is that miserable that you can't laugh at anything, bro, there's something going on there. So, Billy, you have to know. Talk to me, bro. Let me counsel you now. I'm gonna lay you on my psychiatrist table. Bro, you gotta know the ramifications you're gonna get from them when you post that.
Bro, you're gonna do this. Bro, you're gonna do that. And then Ryan Satin says, "Fuck anyone who ever works with this person or his podcast network." First of all, I never really liked this stupid son of a bitch. I never really liked the way Vince Russo. He's the one that pretty much fucked up WCW and pretty much fucked up TNA and / Impact Wrestling, and he almost fucked them up to a point of bankruptcy with that stupid twat Dixie Carter. And I'm gonna be on record and say I do not like Dixie. Yes, I don't like Dixie Carter. She is so fucking stupid. Clueless twat that don't have no money. That has money but don't know how to fucking use it. I consider her the Sarah Palin of professional wrestling. So fuck Dixie Carter. Well, there you go. That's another one. I'm gonna close program with this. Those that I like that have been on this list and that have been accused of these problems, I want to say, I feel betrayed by how these great wrestlers that have great talent, and then they try to get a one-upsmanship on themselves by trying to get in the top end, and then they fucking have to do these conducts, this sexual conducts, these domestic disputes, these fucking verbal abuse, sexually, verbal or domestic. It's a damn shame. And though if you're accused by that and you say you're innocent, I hope there's enough proof out there where I hope they're fucking lying, and I really hope that there's some sort of miscommunication, or if not, they're just fucking trying to commit perjury or anything like that. Now for you people that are part of this speaking up montage, I'm sorry that you guys suffered through traumatic events in your life. I really hope that if this. I mean, I really hate the fact that this has had to happen to you, and I hate the fact that But you know what? To be honest with you, in any sense, if at all, if there's any form of goodwill and solidarity, I hope you become a stronger person for it. I mean, I really hate that this happened, but you guys got to stay strong, and you guys have to stick together. Don't let this bother you so much. I know it's hard. If it bothers you to a point where you're traumatized, go see some therapists. Go see some psychiatrists. Maybe they'll help you out. And maybe, hopefully down the line, you can become a better person out of this. And don't think about these individuals that have harmed you, that have hurt you. And just look forward to life. You got people that care. You have people that are fans of yours. And we support you for everything that you guys do, and for the staying in professional wrestling. This is in the sport of professional wrestling and in this industry. This is something I don't condone, I don't appreciate, and this is something that I think, in my perspective, puts a stain on the wrestling business. But in reality, we have to make this sport better, and we need better leadership. And yes, I'm talking about fucking Vince McMahon. Fuck Vince McMahon too, for running a steroid ring and having some misconduct in the early 90s and fucking trying to cover up the Owen Hart. I'm a firm believer now that I think that Owen Hart tragedy, the Chris Benoit, or any of these fucking, this bullshit that happened, this misconduct, I fucking believe it. Because you're an evil billionaire who has a shit fucking boatload of money and like to fucking fuck everyone around. You fuck around with your wrestlers, you fuck around with your talents, men and women. You hire these fucking best in the world professional wrestlers out there that are world-class professional athletes, and you fucking dick with them in order to put over someone that is just a fucking hokey doke and just can't even fucking wrestle right because they kiss your ass so much. You, Kevin Dunn, and probably Bruce Pritchard. or anybody else out there that works in those fucking douchebag yes men that always say, oh, yes, sir. Yes, I believe everything is going to be great, sir. You surely are a true genius. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you to fucking death. I hope you fucking die. I hope you fucking destroy. I hope you fucking get into an accident somewhere or you fucking your head gets smashed by a fucking big rig. You fucking cocksucking peanut-headed dipshit. And you could suck my left nut and juggle my balls. So fuck you. God damn. Oh, and the ones that I don't like. Fuck, guys. You guys are that egotistical? ADR, Belto Del Rio, fucking Enzo. Boy, you guys are stupid. You guys are fucking stupid. I don't give a shit how much money you have. I don't give a fuck if you're broke. You're just fucking stupid. So sue me. Fuck you, cocksucking motherfuckers. Fuck you for trying to be a drunken hobo. Fuck you for trying to punch your wife or your girlfriend around in the kitchen. Fuck you for trying to start a drunken degenerative fight in a fucking Blink-182 concert somewhere. And fuck you for fucking trying to jump a gate at an international professional wrestling event at Madison Square Garden. And your fucking big-headed bozo big ass. Fucking degenerate cocksuckers. That's what I think. So, to conclude, I'm going to close the fucking podcast episode with this. Be a better person. This is what the lesson here is all about. Be a better person. And if you're in the professional wrestling industry, be a better person for not only yourself, but for your mentors and the people that you're mentoring. And your peers and your friends and your family and everyone that supports you doing this shit. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. I love the sport of professional wrestling because I've been watching this shit ever since I was a child. And to see that how some of my heroes are not only no longer with us, but also have either been abusing drugs, have been abusing their people, or have been doing some fucked up bullshit behind the scenes, nepotism and all this shit, it puts a shit stain on the fucking organization. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't need to be in the wrestling industry. I dream someday that I create my own wrestling promotion. I dream someday. And I hope it comes true. Because one of these days, I'm going to own one. And I'm going to welcome everyone who is super cool, who is awesome, who is the most talented wrestlers out there. That's what I dream on doing. But until I achieve that dream, we have to make professional wrestling better for not just everybody. Make it fun. We gotta make it cool, make it exciting, make it interesting. The fighters fight, the brawlers brawl, the wrestlers wrestle, the women become champions, the men become champions. All the above. Make it for everybody. And if somebody's in there that's being a fucking asshole, get rid of his ass. Get rid of his ass, and I say him because most likely it's a guy. Especially Vince McMahon. He's a piece of shit. Kevin Dunn, you're a piece of shit. Bruce Pritchard, I don't know, but I heard stories. But nonetheless, anybody that's back there that is nameless and is fucking television writers, you're pieces of shit too. Fuck you for getting rid of Paul Heyman. All right, that's my statement. I'm going to get the fuck out of here because I'm already getting pissed off. So fuck this bullshit. Thank you very much. And to remind you, wash your ass. I'll see you guys later.